Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you today, and I wanted to do a video where we're just going to sit back and talk about some things. You guys know I'm just coming back from my 7-month hiatus of being away from YouTube, and so much has changed in such a little time, whether it's in my life, whether it's you know catching up with you guys on YouTube and other people that I've viewed and things like that. So a lot has changed in 7 months, and it does remind you, and it makes you think of how time truly does go by quickly. But I wanted to do this video because I already did a video, and I had already told you guys about um, the weight gain that I've had thus far, and I don't know if everybody really truly listened to the video, because we have a pattern, or people on YouTube, viewers that is, no offense, but sometimes get sidetracked. It could be something else that's focused on in a video, or maybe it was a certain comment that was made in video, and the whole entirety of the video is basically, or the main subject of the video is basically overlooked, and like, it goes in the background, so to speak. So that does happen quite often on YouTube. Um, so I don't know if people really heard that I gained some weight back, not all 200 pounds that I lost back. You guys recall, well, some of you guys recall. For those of you who don't know, of course, you can go back on the videos, all these things are verified, that I was almost 500 pounds. And I had my gastric sleeve by going to Mexico. I paid cash for my surgery. That's why I had to do medical tourism. And I had a doctor by the name of Dr. Lopez perform my gastric sleeve December the 14th, 2012. So I am quickly approaching on my 2-year anniversary, and I lost that 200 pounds a while ago, like what, December of 2013. So when you are usually a person that weighs a lot, studies show that whenever you have weight loss surgery, you'll lose a lot as well. There's been studies that show that people that have the weight loss surgery and say they're 275, they lose weight slower. Why? Because they have less to lose. But if you have an enormous amount of weight to lose, and you are super morbidly obese like I was, then you're going to lose a lot of weight, and it's going to drop off fairly quickly. It's some things that go along with that, some negatives, of course, but we'll get in that some other time. But I did tell you guys that I gained some weight back, and it's approximately about 32 to 35 pounds. It's clear by looking at me that I haven't gained 200 pounds back. I mean, you can just see in my face, you can actually see my neck, you can see veins in my neck and things like that, that you couldn't see when I was 500 pounds doing videos. So I think it's pretty clear that I haven't gained back all my weight. But I have gained weight back, and of course, I haven't lost any additional weight. Now, I told you guys about that, and I came to you guys and admitted that, open armed, and left myself open to you guys and vulnerable, naked, so to speak. And I talked about that, but I want to now get into the amazement. I know a lot of people are not going to like this. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with this. I know a lot of people are going to probably thumbs down for some reason this. But when we share, let me rephrase that, because I don't know other people's motives. When I share, I am sharing because I want to share my life. I'm not sharing for your approval. I'm not really necessarily even sharing for your applause. I'm sharing simply because this is what's going on in my life. This is what's going on in this crazy head of mine. This is the stage I am in life, and this is what I'm going through or have went through. That's what I'm doing. I'm simply sharing that. So I really don't need anyone to really agree. I don't really even need anyone to truly understand. But I do think that there are people out there that will understand. And even if you can't understand, um, I hope that it gives you an aha moment of who I am, um, who I really am. Gives you an aha moment of why I'm the way I am, and gives you an aha moment of some things that maybe you had questions in your head just about me as a person, or about me as a woman, or about me as a YouTuber, or about me as a mother or wife, or just as an overall just person, a human being. Okay. Um, like I said, I have gained weight. I've gained back approximately between 30 and 35. You know us women, we go up and down, up and down. This is my up moment, by the way. But let me explain further. Um, I know the title, probably knowing me, I put a title that was going to be directly reflective of this video, but it was probably going to give people one of those say what moments. Um, but to be frank, you guys, I don't want to lose any more weight right now. I can't tell you what I'm going to be able to or want to do 2 weeks from now, you guys. I can't tell you what I'm going to do a month from now, how I'm going to feel. But right now, you guys, to be honest with you, I've been through a tailspin. And this, I would say last year, um, I've been in a total tailspin. And it's dealing with the emotional aspect of um, not just having weight loss surgery, but just losing an extreme amount of weight. Your body doesn't just change, your physical appearance doesn't just change, but everything changes about you. And sometimes it changes for the better, sometimes it changes for the worse. It's up to you as a person, as a woman, um, as a friend, as a mother, as a sister, or just as an overall, as I say, a human being. It's up to you to say, hey, I don't want to be this, or hey, I don't want to do this, or hey, that's not the person I want to be. That's up to you. And there's no judgment here. We got to do what we got to do to get through. And that basically brings us to what I wanted to talk to you guys about deeply. You guys, it's a lot of things that I've endured. We all have. Let's face it, life isn't easy. It's never been promised to us to be easy. And, we as women, and also on top of just women, especially in my case, being um, a black woman, we have a lot of struggles, in life. We have a lot to endure, just as women in general. And then when you add, ethnicity on top of that and all that kind of stuff, of course, it's going to get deeper. And it's just going to be a little bit more heavier burden on your shoulders. But I've been through a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things in my childhood. I've been through a lot of things in my adulthood. As you guys know, I was previously married. I've been through, things, losing a spouse. A lot of things a lot of people don't know, to suicide. Um, I've been through um, a lot of things. Some things I haven't even shared, nor will I ever share on YouTube, because I think that's healthy. I think that's normal. I think that's a normal way to handle being on YouTube, and also just being interacting with others. Some things you need to keep to yourself. You can share your testimony without being a total open book, because the devil does like to slide in, and he will continue to do what he does best, which is play tricks, um, use your vulnerability against you, and things like that. So I have learned, and YouTube has been a great teacher to me, with showing me how to display and show my testimony without leaving myself in the wilderness naked, without any anyone around to help besides Father God. And He's gotten me through. I mean, if you go back on my videos, you'll see for yourself. Um, Sometimes your testimony doesn't have to be spoken. And that's why I love YouTube, one of the reasons, and that's why I leave a lot of videos up, because I always say I'm a walking, talking, breathing testimony, and we all are. We all are. That's one of the things that we have in common. We are survivors, because if you stand here today, and if you're watching this video, and you're here, guess what? You survived something. You've overcome something. So we are living, breathing, walking testimonies. And looking on my videos and being able to actually look at the, transition and the growth, being able to actually see that right before your eyes, has been an awesome blessing, not only to others, the viewers, but also to myself. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. And believe it or not, whether people see my self-esteem as being cocky or not, I'm very humbled by it. I give God all the glory, because I know without Him I would have crumbled a long time ago. And during this hiatus, I've had a lot of enjoyable moments. You guys know I went on several vacations, and I want to do a slideshow for you guys. I've had, my daughter graduating from high school and attending college now. I've had Hootie, in softball, and now in boxing classes, and I've changed my whole home, as I always do for every season, you guys know. You've seen on all the videos on here that I've done every season, every year, for the past 4 years. I've done that all over again. It's just a lot of things. It's just a lot of things. But I've truly had some very deep and dark moments. Some moments where I really learned that my mourning certain things, me feeling certain things, had just begun. I thought I was over a lot of things. I thought I had overcame a lot of trials and tribulations. I thought I had arrived and conquered it, but I had to learn during this time that all I did was smother it. Basically, it's like if you have a whole bunch of, like, say, dog food, and you can pour a whole bunch of good looking gravy on top of it, but guess what? It looks delicious, but underneath of all that good looking gravy is still dog food present. It's still stinking, nasty, corroding, rotten dog food. And at this point in life, you guys, and at this point in stage I'm in today, again, I won't know what stage I'm going to be in tomorrow. I won't know what stage I'm going to be in next month. But I'm not so focused on losing weight, because frankly, I don't want to feel the pain that I felt during some of this year, this time that I have been away from YouTube, and also a couple of months even while I was still on YouTube for the last 2 months that I was on. And yes, I hear you all saying, well, you have to find a new way to handle your pain, and you have to find a new outlet, and you have to find a new way to overcome. And I'm trying to do that. I really am trying to do that. And I'm learning tools, I'm learning techniques. I'm trying to do that. But that is not an overnight process. That is a process, and it's not an overnight one. I can tell you that much. But I am in the process, and that is a big thing. That is a big move towards the right steps. But me not using my uh, not using what I usually use, which is overeating and my addiction. Not using that is not not using that is feeling everything. And when you have to wake up and you have a toddler to take care of and you have a college student that you want to help, get through college, and you have a husband who himself has MS and spinal bifida and an array of you know um, deteriorating diseases, and that I don't even talk about, that how great they are and how they're progressing. When you have a mom who is sick and you still have to tend to her or help her, um, when you have these things, then you have to be able to get up and be able to shake it off and to be able to be there for them. And I've named everything else, and let's not forget yourself. You have to also be there for yourself. And in order for me to be able to do that, right now I'm trying to learn the tools, but right now losing weight really is not on my mind as much as being able to endure the pain that's now finally coming out. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, all those things that I named off, a lot of people are going to shake their head. I know a lot of people are probably going to use this as an opportunity to have something to say, some slurs, some digs, whatever. It is what it is. But it is the truth. And I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it. It's just that I am bold enough and I am fierce enough. Yes, bold and fierce enough to actually get up here in front of my 8 million viewers worldwide and to actually open up to almost 29,000 subscribers and tell them my process, because I would be doing a disservice to you and also a disservice to myself if I was just to display all the positives, to just display how I have been able to successfully lose 200 pounds and yes, gain back 35, but that's still, come on, let's face it, that's still 165 pounds I've lost in about 2 years. So, we right now I'm trying to not use food as my vice, but it is my vice still. Of course, having the gastric sleeve, it does not allow me to eat large portions at once. But there's ways to get around it. And after I say a year or so of having weight loss surgery, you grow to learn the ways to get around it. And although it does sound sick to even say you're going to try to find a way to get around something, especially in my case that I had to pay cash for my surgery, um, it's just part of the sickness. And with sickness, there comes a sick mentality. Um, and it could look pretty. It could look pretty. But still, there is some underlying issues. And after not being able, sometimes in between my high moments that I've been away for this 7 months, I've had moments where I barely could lift my head. I've had moments where I wanted to literally like want to go up in a closet and just not come out, just ball myself up and not come out. I've had times where I wasn't suicidal, because I do know Christ can change the situation. It's just he's changing the situation, meaning that I'm in the process currently of him doing that. Um, but it's been times where I've seen, faced, been in the middle of my darkest hour. And in order for me to be able to do all that I have to do and to be the person that I need to be for others and as well as myself, right now I'm still using my vice. And with still using my vice, I'm not going to lose any more weight. Now, I pray to God that I don't gain any more And there is ways for me to do that, and I am doing that. I just don't want to, I don't want to gain anymore. But if I don't lose anymore, I know it may sound crazy to you guys, but I'm okay with that at this moment, at this time in my life. Because again, I am trying to heal myself from the inside out. Um, a lot of times we get so focused on the flesh, and I too can get caught up and have gotten caught up in the flesh as well. But again, it goes back to the substance of the woman, and the substance of who you are, and I had to catch myself. I had to say, hey, hold up, pump the brakes now. You know, what is the purpose of you doing this? You know, and when I started to realize that, that's when I started to have to change and shift my mentality with not worrying about the external and melting all that weight off and hurrying up getting it off. But I had to work on the internal, which meant I had to open that scab up and see all that nasty stuff that's been built up over the years. And I had to start um, getting the poison out. So that I hope explains to you guys, because I don't want to have to keep explaining. People are going to eventually be like, are you losing any more weight? Have you gained any more weight? And why are you not losing no more? You had the gastric sleeve, you had your weight loss surgery. That stuff don't work. See, it don't work. No, it does work. It does work, because it took a woman from who hardly being able to do not much of anything to a woman to now that literally I give Nene a run for her money, and she's 19 years old, almost 20 years old. I can't, catch up to her like right on her heels, but I can give her a run for her money. So that within 2 years, coming from where I was, is straight up a success. So therefore, I am happy I had the weight loss surgery. It's just that I now, and I wish that someone would have did what I'm doing, and that's actually tell you guys the deep, deep wounds that will come out. That will come out, and you're going to have to deal with them. You're going to have to, after you just look cute in your jeans, and after you get to that number that you want on the scale, and after you have your hooray party and all that, when you are all alone and no one's around, um, those feelings, those those issues are going to manifest itself. They're going to come out, and you're going to have to deal with them one way or another. See, this is something that you will not be able to get around. Trust me. I've tried every angle, honey. Every angle. You're not going to get around this one. This isn't something that you're going to be able to fake it till you make it. This is something that you're going to have to deal with. So, I am doing exactly that, dealing with it. Alright, you guys, so I hope that this has enlightened you a little bit. I hope that this has maybe even explained some things that you may had questions about, or clarified some things that maybe you just didn't, feel you was in a position to ask, or that it was appropriate to ask. But I hope that it has done that, and I hope that it has given you a little insight into my mind and where I am today. And I thank you all for allowing me to share, and more importantly, finding value in that of which I do share. I will talk to you guys later. I love you all. Please make sure you thumbs up this video. It just encourages me to continue to share and be open with you guys. Be blessed.